gonna dip in your hip and glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Oh my God. Hello, everybody. Hello, Robert. Hello, Marcy. Hello to everybody that is just tuning in, and welcome to Beacon in the Dark with Susan Raven Swanbeck. So, my God, it's nice to see you guys. So, yes, Beacon in the Dark is kind of like an idea that was put together of a place for individuals to come for help, healing, love, many different things that we do call as far as healing, as far as individuals, as ourselves. So, starting next week, just to let you guys know, twice a month so far, I will have a new co-host to a Beacon in the Dark. So everybody's going to say a very, very awesome RNN welcome to Miss Marcy Kosach. Now, Marcy and I did do shows a long time ago. We did a weekly show together, and again, it was all about healing and light. But Beacon in the Dark was, I guess we've all had that time in our lives where we felt the darkness crowding in on us. And when the darkness crowds in, we have to make decisions to find the light in the dark, that beacon. And that's where the name came from. Beacon in the Dark came from that. It came from my personal experiences. So today is an awesome show continuing on the healing path. We're going to be continuing on the healing paths over there. So we're talking today about protection. Okay. Now, when you think protection, I'm not just talking about physical protection to keep your body safe, or pay attention to where you walk, or be careful when you drive, or all these other things that actually come around. Again, I've taken a lot of notes for this, so let's get this. So, when most people actually think about protection, they think about defending themselves. That was the word I was looking for, from physical harm. But a lot of you don't think about the psychic. But there's another kind of protection that's just as important, okay? Psychic protection. Psychic attacks can come from anyone, actually, including disgruntled former employees, jealous family members, or even malicious spirits. Now, lucky there are some simple things that you can do to protect yourself from these harmful influences, okay? In this show, we are going to discuss what psychic protection is and what it is that we can do to safeguard ourselves. How can we safeguard ourselves and keep ourselves safe psychically? So, welcome to the RNN Network, home of the Rift Nation Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow all of the Rift Nation channels. You won't find a private page for Becon in the Light or Bag of Nuts. You will only find the Rift Nation Network available on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Spotify, as well as one of the channels that we do have us on. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Now, first of all, I have to pick this up. One thing about my hands, guys, I get the dropsies on a regular basis. So, all right. So, what is psychic protection? What is it? People talk, okay, psychic protection. What do you mean by that? I mean, how do I protect? I'm not even a psychic. No. Okay. Now, psychic protection is actually a term that refers to protecting a person from negative energies or psychic attacks. Now, this is something we can all do. I'm not just talking about individuals that are psychic or people that are gifted in any way. Everybody should do this because it really does bring out, you'll find, it brings out that lightness in you and helps you, okay? Because you never know. Now, psychic protection techniques are actually used to protect oneself from negative energies, entities, and vibrations. Ooh, we've talked vibrations that we have. They are also used to cleanse and purify your aura because we have to guard the aura field. Once it gets in through the aura field, that's when it causes negative symptoms that can turn into physical symptoms versus psychiatric or mental feelings. So there are many different ways to do psychic protection, but there actually are some common ways that we can do it. Some common methods is, of course, visualization, affirmations, which I have talked about when I do talk when I do the Reikis as well. Reiki and aromatherapy is quite a blessing to those. Now, we're going to get into what is a psychic attack. How do you know if you're being psychically attacked? How do you know that these happens? Because sometimes when we're in that moment and we are living and we're going through our lives, we don't know we're being attacked psychically. We don't know we have a psychic vampire. We don't know that part of us has actually switched who we are. And that's the influences of the negativity that's around us. That is the psychic attack, is what it is. Now, a psychic attack is a type of energy attack that can be directed towards another person with the intent of causing harm. Think about this. This could actually manifest in the form of negative thoughts or emotion, as well as physical symptoms, headaches, and or nausea. Yeah. Now, if you believe you are under attack, it's important to take measures to protect yourself energetically, such as visualization, cleansing rituals are always very good as well. Now, you can also talk to trusted spiritual advisors okay, for guidance on how to handle any particular situation. Now, generally speaking, psychic attacks in term that refer to a number of negative psychic influences that can affect a person. Now, and a lot of this is me reading after I am taking notes here, but I want to make sure that you receive the most accurate information. Now, some of those negative influences or energies can be negative emotions. Now, how many of you out there have suffered from negative emotions? This is actually a form, negative emotions, negative thoughts of you or of other people. You get affected and then you react depending on the type of psychic attack you're feeling. We all do it in a very slightly different way. Now, whether they are continuous or unconscious, conscious or unconscious is always the question. Is the individual consciously attacking you psychically, or is this just unconscious in something they don't realize they're even doing? Because there are two different ways for this. There are two different ways to look at this. That's the issue. Now, such emotions as fear, anger, hatred, jealousy, ill wishing, ill wishing. This are some of the signs that we are talking about as far as what you will be feeling, how you get affected. In order to teach you again about how to protect yourself psychically, you need to know what you're looking for. Okay, so we will get into that in a bit. Now, if you happen to be in the company of negative people, then you might even be able to feel those negative vibrations, especially empaths. You might be able to feel those negative vibrations and thoughts forms radiating around them and possibly absorbing into you, especially if you're empath. Okay. Now, if you are not well protected, then some of these negative energies might even get attached to you. What do we just say? Empathic people, people that are generally empathic, not empathy, but an empath, an individual who does absorb others' emotions. Those are very difficult individuals to have around negative individuals, negative people. It's very difficult for them to be around because they can absorb and again become someone they don't want to be. But how do you know? And that's what it is. So, la, la, la. Now, in the company of negative people, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, if you are not well protected, then some of these negative energies might actually get attached to you, which we've said. Now, at this point, you might start feeling drained or start having negative thoughts or getting discouraged. Getting discouraged. This is much like emotional telepathy, where you are able to sense the feeling of others. And again, that's what they call an empath, somebody who's emotionally and done it. And what happens if we get discouraged? We give up, we quit. We're like, oh my God, I can't do this. Why did I even start doing this? Let me just like get rid of everything, sell it. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not good at this, because other individuals around you are psychically attacking you without you even knowing. And again, sometimes it's conscious, other times it's an unconscious thing. They don't even know they're doing it. So, what we need to do is we need to be protected psychically, is what it is. Now, another area of what can be considered a psychic attack is negative influences from negative spirits, entities, or beings. That's another form of a psychic attack. Now, there is, again, psychic self-defense. Just like when you take a self-defense class to guard yourself from other individuals so you can physically feel safe, there is also psychic self-defense. Psychic self-defense is extremely important. Sorry, guys, I love my coffee. All right, so psychic self-defense is actually the process of protecting oneself from a psychic attack, harassment, or other negative energies. It can involve using visualization, exercises, and or prayers to create a shield of protection around yourself. And again, I will show you guys how to do a shield of protection. It's very simplest. It's not that hard to do. That's one of the things that I will show you before the show is over tonight. Now, it can also involve creating positive energies around yourself to repel the negative energies. Some people find it helpful to use crystals. I got crystals everywhere. To use crystals or herbs, essential oils to help amplify the psychic self-defenses you're working with right now. Okay. Others find it helpful to wear protection symbols such as crosses, pentagrams, triquetras, Yggdrasil, tree of life. So there are many different things you can use, and some of these are actually called totems. The most important thing is to find what actually works for you and utilize this on a regular basis. Now, I'm going to give you many different things to work with, but you need to figure out what works best for you, because what works best for you might not work best for another. Okay. Now, how do you protect yourself? That's what we're saying right now. Okay, fine. I know this. I know that. Okay, I'm feeling off. I might be a little tired. How do I know? Well, that's why I'm here. Okay. There are many things you can do to protect yourself from a psychic attack. First and foremost, it's important to keep your energy, body clear and balanced. I talk about this all the time. We need to maintain balanced chakras, especially if our aura field is being pinched, pushed, and those are the black spots in the aura field on either side. They come in. That's negative energy working its way in order to get to the chakras to knock them off balance. Okay. Now, this means practicing regular meditation or mindfulness, which is another form of meditation as well. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Eating a healthy diet, getting enough exercise, and definitely spending time in nature. I know. I take my dog for a walk and I don't smoke in my house. So I'm outside a lot. Probably should be outside more for the dog than the smoke, but hey, it happens. Okay. This really happens. Now, being in nature is really good. Have you ever heard the expression hug a tree? Hug that tree, get that tree going, help other individuals. I mean, help yourself, hug that tree, overloaded of energies. I mean, you got to remember, we breathe out carbon monoxide. What do plants breathe in? Carbon monoxide. What do they breathe out? Oxygen. So it's a win-win is what it is. Okay. You can also use visualization exercise to shield yourself from a psychic attack. A simple visualization is actually to imagine yourself surrounded by a bubble of white light. Now, before we go any further, let us work on this. Let's start with the bubble. This is a very, very simple exercise. I need something the size of a pin here. There's a pen. Okay. I want everybody, of course, that isn't driving, to close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to show you how to create the correct way to create a bubble. And why I say the correct way is because you need to start extremely safe. Well, hello, Mr. Odell. Do you see this pen top here? You see how small the tip of that pen is? Very, very tiny pen tip, right? Okay. I want you to picture a minute little white bubble, okay? The size of a pen cap, pen tip, the size you write with. Picture that. Now, this bubble, I want you to continue to grow it from that little speck of dot. Continue to grow the white bubble, and the white bubble is it's pure and it's light and it's airy and it's healing and it's protection, it's shielding, it's everything. It's tranquility, it's peace, it's happiness, it's purity. Continue to grow and grow and grow this bubble. Grow this bubble as large as your body. Picture this growing on the side of yourself. Okay. Now continue and continue to grow. Grow this bubble until it's as large as you are. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pull this bubble over yourself. Allow this bubble to stay and protect you. Now, most people say, well, I can bubble. I can bubble. Okay. Yes. But if you created the bubble around yourself and you have negative influences or attachments around you, you've trapped them inside. Now, if you create the bubble on the side, starting a very, very small speck of dust size and growing it from there, and then pulling the purity of the white light over you to surround your body, what we are doing is we're not allowing the negativity to stay. We are pushing it away. And that's how you bubble yourself or shield yourself as far as a white bubble. Okay. Let's see. You can also use visualization to cleanse and purify your energy field after being attacked. Okay. You can visualize, and again, visualizing that purity of that white bubble to come over you, especially right after a psychic attack, is the best thing to do. You can do it before you go in somewhere as well. Always think positively. I say this on a regular basis, guys. Think positively. Positivity is the key. When you have negative people, negative influences, negativity around you, or you're listening to people, or this one said that, or that one said this, if you allow it to absorb in your being, in your body, you are allowing psychic attacks because you're bringing your energy level down, not up to where it should be. Okay, so don't allow that. Radiate positive emotions of joy, love, and forgiveness. Even if the other party or individuals don't deserve forgiveness, forgive them. Because you deserve the tranquility, you deserve the peace. By carrying that negative emotions around with you, that negative emotion or situation still has the ability to attach itself to you. We don't want that. Okay. Now, but most important is to actually be strong and fearless. Okay. Definitely be fearless. Don't fear the attacks. Don't fear attacks in any way, shape, or form. Build your own reservoir of positive energy. Store it for later. Positivity, positive thoughts, positive emotions. If we have all this, you have nothing to fear from a psychic attack. They will have no bearing, no control over you. Now, the real secret, again, is to rise your vibrations. Okay. And that's why Marcy Kosich will be co-hosting with me 2 times a month. We'll see how it goes. And then if everybody feels Marcy needs to be on more, Marcy, I'll talk to Marcy and we'll see if Marcy can be on a little bit more. Marcy and I have a really good, positive balance to what we do. She does her thing, I do my thing, and we work together at the same time, and it's positive. And that's what I like about that. And it also helps to raise your vibration. Now, you raise your vibration by focusing on positive emotions of love and joy, not negative. Negative things happen to us every day. We can't control it. Do you choose to absorb it or do you choose to laugh it off? Because when we absorb it, we're allowing that to win. We are lowering your vibrational level, which opens us to psychic attacks. Yes, it does. Now, the secret is to actually, and again, rise your vibration. Now, this raising up to love and joy and only having positivity, this is actually going to help you repel any negativity around you. At the same time, this actually helps strengthen your aura. Did you know that? Now, your aura acts like a protective shield, and I've talked about this. Your aura is around you, and it is your protective shield, okay? So keeping your aura strong is actually vital to your total psychic protection against the forms of psychic attack. There are many tools to help raise your vibrations of protection against psychic attack. Again, I'm going to list some of the practical ones I'll tell you about. Now, try them out. Stick with the methods that actually work for you, ones that you are connected to, ones that you pull in. But remember, those are only tools to help you focus your attention and intention. I know. Attention, intention means the same thing. So what? All right. So what we're going to talk about right now is some of the methods that we can actually use, but you have to remember, hello, Facebook user, not sure who that is. Could be Howie, could be anybody. That has to be the travelers page again. I'll have to disconnect and reconnect it again. I don't know why Restream does that, but we'll figure it out. Eventually, we'll figure it out. It'll stick. So there are different things we're going to be talking about right now, and some of the methods you can actually utilize to cleanse yourself or to use for psychic protection. Okay. Now, a lot of individuals out there know about incense and smudging. Some do not know what smudging is. Now, there's a couple of different things. We have the white sage. I prefer the white sage over the regular sage. The smell is a little better. The Palo Santo, when you're really trying to get rid of all that negativity around you. Yes, it's already been burnt a little. That's okay. The Palo Santo as well takes care of that really, really deep. Thank you, Keith. Takes care of that extremely deep negative aspects of what's going on. This is going to get the demonic energy totally away from you or anybody with extremely bad intents that still have feelers and connectors, little feelers. Think of these little feelers as things just coming out, and what they're doing is they're pretty much sucking you dry and absorbing your energy. And this isn't a good thing. This isn't a positive thing. And this is what happens when we choose negativity. We choose not to have the joy, the love, and the light. Okay. Now, burn some incense is what you want to do. You definitely want to burn some incense, or again, I prefer sage. And you want to have an intent behind this when you do this. Okay. Maybe rewatch later. No problem, honey. Thank you. You want to have that positive ability around you. Okay. You need to have a clear intention behind what you're doing. Now, a lot of people will go and they'll sage or smudge their house. Okay. Now, I have a feather, which I left in the other room, and I have intent as I'm going around and smudging in my house. You don't have that. You can just wave the stick around. That's all you have. I have this whole thing that I do. But when you're doing this, your intent when you are cleansing your house is you're doing what? What are we doing here? We're getting rid of negativity. We're getting rid of anything that brings us down. We're allowing the light to come in, allowing the positive vibrations to come in. So as you're doing this cleansing, you need to smudge and sage yourself as well. Okay. You need to sage every part of you from top to bottom, both sides, and make sure that aura field is extremely, extremely protected. Now, there are many ways to actually use incense for spiritual cleansing and protection. One way is to burn it in the room or a space that you want to cleanse. We just talked about that. Now, the smoke from the incense will help you purify the area, and that's what you're doing. You can also use incense to create a protective barrier around yourself or your home. To do this, simply light some incense off the smoke around you, okay? Or in your space while visualizing, again, a white light of protection surrounding you. It's the intent behind what it is that you're doing. Use the incense for spiritual cleansing, protection, and you will need to choose the right type of incense that you do need. Now, I use a sage because I've always followed the Native American tradition. There's also frankincense is good. Sandalwood is another one that's extremely good for cleansing, depending on what the cleansing is that you want to do. And again, there are many different types available with their own different unique properties, something extremely easy for you to look up on YouTube or Google. You can Google search anything. Some type of incense are actually better suited for cleansing, while others are better for protection. Let's see, you may need to experiment with different types of incense to find what works best for you. Now, if I'm feeling really down and negative, I do have dragon's blood that I do use. I will use a dragon's blood incense, and I will allow that to cleanse my aura field to get rid of anything else that I do have around me. That helps as well. When using incense for clearing, it's actually important to smudge the entire space, including yourself, that you wish to cleanse. This means burning the incense in every corner, every nook and cranny. Okay. Excuse me. Every single nook and cranny of the rooms that you are cleansing. Now, once you finish smudging, allow the smoke to dissipate on its own. Don't shoo it out. But you have to remember, according to, I think it's Santa Maria, I think I pronounced that correctly. Did I pronounce that correctly? The negativity is always in the corner. Always bless. Make sure that you do bless the corners, bless the mirrors, bless windows. So continue to bless these areas. I mean, you want to hit every single aspect of the room or the house that you're in. Same thing. You want to hit every single nook and cranny and corner of yourself as well. Because cleaning your space or cleansing your space and not cleansing yourself is still going to allow those psychic attacks to come forward, if you can understand that. Okay. Meditation. God, I love meditation. Meditation is another really good method to help with psychic attacks. There are a few things you can do to use meditation for a psychic attack. Once you create a psychic shield around yourself, this can be done by, again, visualizing that beautiful white light, that barrier energy that's around you in your body. You can also use visualization technique to cloak yourself in a protective shield. And this is what you're doing. If you create that, like that little dot there, that little itty bitty dot of white light, and you're saying this is your protection shield, this is your cleansing shield, the intent that you put behind it is the intent that will come out. It's your intentions. It's what it is that speaks to you. I want this bubble to protect myself. I want this bubble to cleanse myself, doing it to soft music or music that gives you that uplifting type feeling, and just closing your eyes and having that come in and having that bubble cleanse and protect you at the same time. Guess what? You're doing mindful meditation. You're mindful meditation. The difference between meditation and mindful meditation is meditation, you allow yourself to drift. Mindful meditation is when you are in a relaxed state, but you have a direction that your mind is taking to allow this to happen. Okay. Now, another thing you can practice is grounding and centering exercises. This is something else that I've actually talked about. Grounding, root yourself like a tree. I say this all the time. If you can't get outside, you can't be with a tree. If you don't have potted plants in your house, which are really good to help with the grounding energy, you can just put your feet barefoot on your floor. I don't care if you're on the 7th floor of an apartment at 12 or 30th floor, whatever. Put your feet flat on the floor and just imagine this is your foot, and these are the roots of the trees, and the roots of the trees are reaching, reaching, reaching down to Mother Earth. And as they continue to reach down to the Earth Mother, that's our energy center, that's our grounding, that's purity as well. It's allowing Mother Earth's energy to come up into us, recycling the extra we don't need after the cleansing. Okay. It's absorbing that energy, but also returning at the same time. Now, finally, you can use meditation to strengthen your intuition and develop your psychic abilities. This will help you become more aware of negative energies and entities that might target you, because a lot of times we do feel targeted as individuals. It will allow you to take steps to protect yourself. And again, practice meditation on a daily basis. And again, YouTube videos. I'm telling you, you can find just about anything on YouTube and Google you want to find, okay? But just make sure it's something that it fits you. If the mindful meditation is something that fits you, try looking for a guided meditation. If you choose to let your mind wander and it stays in that positivity, look for really nice, relaxing background music. That's going to be extremely helpful. Now, if we're talking affirmations, just a few tips, okay, for affirmations for psychic protection, okay? Keep them positive and specific. Don't let them, unspecific. Oh, I think I might be protected. I don't know. Damn, I got to take that out of the oven. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Don't let it falter. Allow it to be specific for your intent. Okay. Say them out loud. Okay. Literally out loud. I don't care who's around you. Say it out loud because it's for your benefit. Okay. Repeat them often throughout the day. Visualize yourself surrounded by white light while you're reciting your affirmations. You can put little sticky notes. You're brushing your teeth in the morning, you need an affirmation. Boom. There's your affirmation right there. Brush your teeth. Literally read the affirmation a couple of times after you rinse or whatever. Say the affirmation out loud. Boom, it's right there. Say it while you're brushing your teeth. Okay. Um, Believing that they will work to protect you from negative energies and influences. Belief is the key. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to see ourselves succeeding, see ourselves coming out of that hole, see ourselves being protected and guarded, and see where we want to be. This is all a part of it as well. Now, here's some actual examples of things you can actually use for psychic protections. I am surrounded by white light. Believe it, see it, feel it. I am surrounded by white light. Say it. I am safe and protected. Believe it and see it. Negative energy cannot penetrate my field of light. Believe it, see it, feel it. Okay? I am shielded from all harm. These are just some examples of things that we're going to be working on. Now, always use a protective affirmation to keep focused on the positive. You can also use chakra affirmations as well, which I've talked about in the past, to actually cleanse and balance your chakras. Now, I'm going to turn the fan on and we're going to talk visualization. Excuse me. This is much easier to do when I got Pixie Sue because you guys don't see me doing this behind the scenes. All right. Now, visualization. Why does everybody say, oh my God, visualize? Why get it? Because if you can picture it, if you can dream it, if you can have that belief in it, it will happen. Believe it, visualize it, see it, especially with psychic self-defense, especially. Okay. Now, there are many ways to actually use visualization for psychic protection. One way is to actually imagine a shield of white light surrounding your body. We've talked about that. This shield can actually protect you from negative energies and psychic attacks. We talked about this. That's a form of visualization. Beautiful bubble of white light. All right. Now let's see. Another way to use visualization for psychic protection is to imagine yourself inside a sphere of bright white light. Do you notice the common denominator? The common denominator is bright white light. Bright white light. Yes, it is. Now, this sphere will actually protect you from harm and keep you safe. And that's what you want. You want to maintain that safety. Now, you can also visualize yourself being surrounded by a cloak of now darkness. The darkness will surround to protect you. And this will keep negative energies away. You do want the white light around you, but when you want to be cloaked, that's what they mean by cloaking. And again, you could just look up visualization techniques to get more specific of ones that would fit you. Salt. Let me tell you something about salt. Okay. They actually recommend sea salt, or dead sea salt is what they call it. Dead sea. Salt. I have my own private mixture. Now, I have sea salt and black salt, okay, in this mixture. This is my house mixture. I have an entire container of sea salt baths, okay? Salt baths are amazing to keep that negative energy away from you and to cleanse your body and keep that away from you. Adding salt to your cleansing and protection rituals is a great way to boost their effectiveness, because you're adding the salt, and salt is known for its ability to absorb negative energy. It can also help cleanse your aura and protect you from negative influences. So yes, you might need moisturizer, but yes, salt bath. Okay. Salt bath, amazing aspect to do it this way. Okay. Now, and again, here's some other things that you can actually use. Now, add sea salt to your bath water, which talks about, and that's relaxing and purifying. Soak in it. Let's see, salt from the Dead Sea, if you could find Dead Sea salt. It actually contains minerals to fortify your body. As you bathe, visualize the salt will absorb and neutralize all negative energies from your body and your aura. And this is something that we do want to do. Make a salt scrub. People are saying, huh? Okay. Make a salt scrub. Now, what you want to do is you want to mix salt with olive oil, and again, sea salt with olive oil and another carrier oil. You can use coconut oil as well if you want. Okay. Gently massage the scrub into your skin. Now, what you're doing right now is you're cleansing your aura and removing negativity. This is something really good to have with you and keep it in a jar. If you're feeling some negativity around you, you want to keep this with you in the jar. Okay. Now, this again will be beneficial because you never know. You never know who's around you at that time. You gently massage it and it helps. Place salt around yourself in a clockwise direction to create a protective barrier. Clockwise. Okay. Never counterclockwise. Always clockwise when you're creating a barrier, okay, of salt. Okay. This also helps creates the barrier so the negative energies or the negative forces can't come with you. Cleanse your space. Sprinkle salt in the corners of your room. Cleanse the space and protect it from negative energy. Protect your aura. Rubbing your body with salt water can actually help cleanse and protect your aura from negativity. Ward off a bad energy. Keep a bowl of salt near your door or to the entrance to your home can actually also help ward off bad energy. Now, I also usually put coarse salt under my bed when I sleep, and this helps absorb a lot of the negative energies. I use the sea salt, black salt, sage mix to put around my house. A lot of times on the windowsills and door sills and in places that I know that are crossover as far as barriers and things, especially when you live in an apartment building that's quite large. Make sure that you do get the corners, okay? Always get the corners as well. Oh my God, now we're going to be talking crystals. All right, so crystals. Now, there are many ways that you can actually use crystals for psychic protection. Let's see. One way is to actually place the stone in your home or office to protect in a protective grids. Grids are a really easy thing to do. You can also carry them with you as personal talismans or wear them as jewelry. Another way for psychic protection is by placing the crystals to help shield you from negative energy. You can also make a crystal elixir and drink that on a daily basis, and this will help boost your psychic protection. Like, I'm trying to think of that one, shungite. Shungite actually removes impurities from water. Now you get a shungite crystal. Shungite originates in Germany. So make sure that when you do get shungite, it does come from Germany. You place it in your water, it moves the negative, it moves the impurities, and you drink that. My man does that on a regular basis. Now, crystals are actually powerful tools for psychic protection. Each of the following crystal has unique properties that actually can help shield you from negative energies and vibrations that can actually help protect your energy field from attack or intrusion. They can also help boost your own personal vibration. And that's what we want. And again, what that does is it makes you less susceptible to psychic attacks. Okay. First one, guys, selenite. Do not cleanse this in water, it melts. You can't run this underwater to cleanse it. It destructifies it. So selenite, a little piece of selenite, especially for individuals that do work with readers. Let's see, anybody that works in the mystical, the higher up energies, this is a really awesome thing to have around you. Now, selenite protects from negative energies, clears and purifies your space, but it also only allows the good spirits to come through when you're doing readings as well. Black tourmaline, nice chunk here, so you can see what that looks like. Nice chunk of black tourmaline. These are all things I always have at my desk. Now, black tourmaline actually deflects and repels all lower vibrations. And that's what we want. We don't want the lower vibrations around us. Amethyst. A lot of people wear amethyst on a regular basis. This is a very pale amethyst chunk. It's actually like a geode. Now, amethyst aids in psychic defense and actually provides protection from negative influences. I couldn't find my turquoise. It's in there somewhere. Turquoise actually absorbs and diffuses negativity and harmonizes all of your chakras. Okay, I'm going to put a bowl of turquoise out here. Moonstone reflects back negative energy, claims and soothes emotions. So if you are looking to purchase something, say for somebody, make sure it's a moonstone. Okay, like you can get a charm, put a moonstone in that. That's going to be something that's going to be helpful. Tiger's eye, 3 bottom chakras already. Grounding and protect helps dispel fear and anxiety. Tiger's eye does. Hematite actually blocks out negative influences and energetic attachments. That's a good one. Lapis lazuli. It blocks out negative influences and energetic attachments as well. Nope, sorry. Aids in psychic shielding. Stimulates spiritual awareness and wisdom. Now, here's a couple other you can actually carry. You can carry black onyx, black obsidian, black tourmaline in a pouch or as jewelry, with the intention that the rock will absorb the negative energies and neutralize them. Except if you are an individual that does suffer from a chemical imbalance in your brain, do not, I repeat, do not wear black onyx. Black onyx will stabilize your mood into usually the negative mood, and we don't want that. So anybody with the chemical imbalance, try to stay away from the black onyx as wearing it on a regular basis, okay? We're talking bipolar, depression, anxiety. We don't want that. Now, let's see. You can also use crystals to focus your tools and intent for your psychic protection, creating a salt barrier, put some like clear quartz around that as well. Create a nice little barrier as you're sitting in there and creating a protective shield. That's another awesome method to use. Now, and again, you can literally look up anywhere for amazing types of crystals that are going to help you out to maintain this balance. Well, hello, Phoenix. How are you? So, another thing, amulets. Now, people say, what is an amulet? Well, there's many different types. An amulet can be anything from, Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life. That's an amulet. As some people consider a cross. The aggro, which is the living cross as well. You can have pentagrams, anything that is protective to you, a symbol of your protection. And again, can be worn as jewelry. It's usually the best thing to do to wear your symbol, your garden protection symbol as a piece of jewelry. That'll help keep you psychically protected as well. They work the same way as crystals to actually repel and neutralize energies. They can be programmed with your intent. So that's why it's important to visualize your intent before programming anything, including affirmations. Make sure your intent is direct on what you need to be. Now, there are some other ones that are really good. The evil eye. Everybody says, oh my God, the evil eye. No, the evil eye is actually a powerful symbol that is said to protect against evil spirits. Protect against evil spirits. Yes, I have one on my ankle. I wear it all the time. Never comes off. So, and I do have some in my house and around, and it guards as well. Okay. Now, the pentacle, which of course is the 5-pointed star often used in magical rituals and spells, is also said to protect against negativity and evil forces. Now, feng shui symbols, there are a number of different feng shui symbols that are believed to protect against negativity. And this includes the dragon, the tortoise, and guess what? The phoenix. I have one on my ankle per minute. Yes, I have an anklet. I have the evil eye right on me as well. Okay. Now, we're also been talking about the hemse. Now, this is a hand-shaped amulet that's actually found personally. It's a strong personal shield or aura. Now, this is one that is best form of psychic protection. It's also, you can find them in jewelry. To actually, I don't have my keys with me to actually show you that protection symbol. It's engraved on such things. You can actually put them on black iron. Cross is another one that's really good. Pentacle. Other things can be very helpful, including crystals such as quartz. It really does depend. Like you're Native American and you're into wolves. Guess what? Wolf, protect. Okay. Oh my God, I feel better with having the moon energy around me. Moon, talisman, bang. Okay. I like round spears because I get energy from everywhere they go. Bang, all set. Those are your protection symbols. These are mine. This is mine. So I wear them on a regular basis. Reiki, I'm a Reiki master. Love that. I'm a Reiki master teacher as well. So, hey, wow, we got a lot in common. That's pretty cool. Now, the last thing we're actually going to be talking about tonight, which is good because I'm, running low on time, is we're going to talk about the symptoms of psychic attack. How do you know if you're under a psychic attack? Yes. All right. And again, there's no one size fits all for any of this. Okay. Everything will be slightly different. These are just some of the basic symptoms and the attacker's intent. And again, has to do with your mentality as well. And our first names are the same. That's awesome. Okay. So here we go. If you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or anxious for no discernible reason, that's a symptom of a psychic attack. Okay. Experience sudden changes in moods or energy level. That's the sign of a psychic attack. I know. Isn't that weird? You could say, oh my God, this chick's got bipolar. No, she doesn't. This chick's being attacked psychically. That's what it is. Now, having disturbing or intrusive thoughts that seem to come from nowhere, not like you, that's also a sign of a psychic attack. Excuse me. Seeing or sensing things that aren't there, shadowy figures, malicious presence. Well, those of us that do talk to spirit on a regular basis get that on a regular basis. So that would be one that doesn't fit us. And again, it's not one size fits all. That we just got to knock out of the park for individuals that do happen to speak to spirits and loved ones. Okay. Now, feeling like you're being watched or followed constantly. Now, I do have a lot of spirits around my house. You have to learn discernment, which is learning how to discern the difference between negative people watching you or negative feelings coming in towards you or a loved one that wants to communicate. Okay. Now, let's see. Also, suffering from physical symptoms such as headache, chest pain, blurry vision. God, I hate when that happens. Blurry vision right away. I know it's not my glasses. I just got new ones. Yeah, that's when I was, yep. Loopy thoughts. Yes, exactly. Loopy thoughts, honey. That's exactly it. Now, feeling exhausted, drained energetically, especially after contact with a person who attacked you. And you'll find that you will become more drained, more exhausted emotionally, mentally, physically in the presence of the individual who does or has attacked you. Now, having negative thoughts or feelings about yourself that seem to come from nowhere. Oh boy, yes. Yes, I understand that. Experiencing physical symptoms such as pain, nausea, vomiting, headaches, and dizziness. These are all signs of psychic attacks. Okay, there can be signs of other things, but these are some of the signs of psychic attacks. Sensing the presence around you that makes you feel uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable in the presence of a spirit, that spirit does not have the right intent towards you. Let's see, hearing voices. Well, nope, can't do that because I hear them on a regular basis. But for those that don't, if you are experiencing voices or having hallucinations, that's another one. But for those of us that do talk to spirit, yes, we hear voices on a regular basis. So finding yourself unable to think and concentrate properly. Me before coffee. But no, literally, if you're up and you're aware and all of a sudden for no reason whatsoever, you can't concentrate, you can't think properly, you can't formulate that speech, that's a form of psychic attack. Hopefully somebody heard me out there. Losing time. Yeah. Losing track of time. Becoming confused about what is real and what isn't. All of these are forms of psychic attacks. All of a sudden, your brain can't formulate the words. You're speaking And you are speaking correctly, but the words are not sounding correctly. Psychic attack. Okay. And that's why these things are important to have around you to guard, and the sage and the palo santo and your Dead Sea salt, and of course, if you are in communication on a regular basis, you want this always. I have one at my desk, one at my back. I sleep, and there's one there too, because I do have spirits that do come in and communicate. So I do like to have selenite around me at all times. It's much easier. You don't have to have anything like that. You can have something as simple as a little stick. Like I said, I've got this all around me, all kinds of crystals all around me everywhere. And to me, that's what helps me. That's what helps me maintain. I'm just very, psychic. It's just the crystals and more crystals and more crystals and talismans and the cleansing. But the cleansing is very important. Sea baths, salt baths too. Always the sea salt. If you can get the Dead Sea salt, that is your best bet to have. The tinctures you talked about, if you're out, that is something that's good. If you're having a little trouble and it's someone that you trust and you need some advice, find some advice. Find what works for you. But remember to maintain that positivity. Remember to have that loving, positive aspect come around to you on a regular basis. All right, guys, guess what? That is it for Beacon in the Light. Beacon in the Dark. Next week, my co-host, the other host of Beacon in the Dark, which is Marcy Kochich, will be on with me next week. I'm not sure of the topic yet, but I'd like to continue along the same lines we've been going to. So I'll have a chat with her and see what we're going to come up with for it next week. And don't forget to tune in. And always, we got some awesome shows coming up. And they are so new and they haven't been announced. And you guys are going to be like, oh my God, they are amazing. So you want to stay tuned to the Rift Nation Network at all times. And again, if you're looking to get in touch with any of the hosts of the Rift Nation Network, you can go right over to Facebook. You can go right in the chat on the RNN, which is Rift Nation Network, and you can send a message there, or you can send an email, and the email will reach the right host. Just mention which host you'd like to speak to. You can do it that way. You go to the riftnationnetwork at gmail.com as well. Don't forget to listen into Spotify. There will be some more episodes loaded up there. Everybody's going to pick their favorite episode. You'll be able to listen to it right on Spotify, right on the RNN as well. The website is getting there. It's almost done, but now I'm going to update it again. And stay tuned. I'm not sure if this is the on week or the off week. We have Paranormal Outlaws, which is normally on a Tuesday. Normally on a Saturday. And then we have the Orion Effect on Sunday. We have the Otter's Den and Mystery Behind the Scenes on Monday. And then the first Tuesday of every month is Mystic Mayhem. And then we have Pixie Sue, Bag of Nuts, Tuesday nights. Let's see. And then we have something else coming. I think it's every other Wednesday or one Wednesday a month. We do have What's Going Down with Mr. Odell. And we do have Ariana, who does her poetry shows on Friday mornings. And she's called Crazy Cat Lady Poetry. And we do have new shows coming up all the time. So stay tuned, guys. You're going to love, love, love everything that's coming towards you. Peace.